Have you ever felt a deep, inexplicable sense that you don't quite belong in this world? That no matter where you go, no matter who surrounds you, there's an ancient part of you that remains untouched, waiting to be recognized. Today, you and I together we're going to journey beyond the surface of existence, peeling back the layers of illusion to reveal a truth so profound, so luminous, that it could change your entire understanding of your life. Because if you're here, listening to these words, there's a very real possibility that you are a lost child of a sacred family. And while this path can feel lonely, confusing, even painful, it is in fact one of the greatest honors your soul could ever carry. I speak to you not from a place of authority, but from deep kinship. I, too, have walked through the endless nights of questioning, the aching homesickness for something I could not name. And so today I invite you to walk this path with me, to recognize the signs etched into the very fabric of your being. Ask yourself, when was the last time you looked into a mirror and saw more than your reflection when you saw the silent, infinite being staring back at you through ancient eyes? If you haven't, you will before this journey is through. The first sign you carry is the persistent, almost unbearable feeling of not belonging. It's not just that you have different opinions or quirky habits, it's an existential misalignment, a sense that you were dropped from another world into a reality whose language you barely speak. You move through life like an undercover agent, smiling, playing roles, even achieving success, but inside there is a vast, silent yearning, a haunting question. Where is my true home? Sacred families send their children into the world not to blend in, but to reawaken it. You are not defective because you feel different, you are designed to be different. That ache in your soul is not a flaw. It's a compass pointing you back to your origins. The second sign is an extraordinary sensitivity, an ability to feel the unseen currents of emotion, energy, and truth that ripple through the world. You walk into a room and absorb its unspoken stories. You witness suffering others overlook. You celebrate beauty others are too busy to see.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
This sensitivity may at times feel like a curse, but it is in fact your greatest tool. You were gifted with an exquisite radar to navigate both the visible and invisible realms. Have you ever wondered why, even in stillness, you can hear the hidden cries of the world? It's because you were never meant to be numb. You were born to be awake, painfully and gloriously awake. Learning to wield this gift rather than be consumed by it is part of your sacred training. You are not here just to feel, you are here to heal, simply by existing in your authentic, unarmored state. The third sign is that unrelenting inner knowing that you are meant for something extraordinary, something vast and luminous, even if you cannot yet name it. It hums in your chest like a secret vow. It propels you forward even when logic says give up. And yet, the extraordinary destiny awaiting you is not one the world will always recognize. It's not about fame or fortune, not about climbing ladders or winning accolades. True greatness for the lost children of sacred families is invisible. It is the way your presence shifts the energy of a space, the way your words awaken sleeping hearts, the way your being alone becomes a lighthouse for the weary. Sometimes you'll feel like you're failing precisely because the world cannot measure the magnitude of your gift. But remember, sacred families do not raise children to be seen. They raise them to see truth where others see lies, to see beauty where others see decay, to see hope where others see despair. The fourth sign is the relentless cycle of spiritual initiations you endure. You may have noticed that just when you think you have found solid ground, it crumbles beneath your feet. Relationships dissolve, careers collapse, identities shatter. It feels cruel, arbitrary, devastating. But every collapse is a sacred initiation, a stripping away of everything false so that only what is real can remain. Sacred families do not send their children for easy lives. They send them to become alchemists, those who can transmute pain into wisdom, loss into liberation. Each time you rise from the ashes, you activate ancient codes hidden deep within your DNA. Each time you choose faith over fear, authenticity over safety, you reclaim another piece of your divine inheritance. What if the question is not why is this happening to me, but what is awakening within me through this? Finally, the fifth sign is the fierce, unshakable love you carry for something greater than yourself. Even after all the betrayals, all the heartbreaks, all the disillusionments, there remains within you a stubborn flame that refuses to die. Where others grow cynical, you grow tender. Where others build walls, you build bridges. Some will call you naive. Some will call you foolish. But we know the truth. It takes far more strength to keep an open heart in a wounded world than to close it. You are not weak, you are a luminous warrior, fighting not with weapons but with unwavering love. If you recognize yourself in these signs, rejoice. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are exactly where you were meant to be. Your journey is not a punishment, it is a pilgrimage back to the sacred family from which you came. Every trial you endure, every tear you shed, every act of love you offer against the odds brings you closer to the home your soul has never forgotten. And so, dear one, I leave you with a question not to answer quickly, but to live into. If you are not who the world told you to be, then who are you, really? Let that question echo in your bones, ripple through your blood, until it awakens the ancient song within you. Because next we are going even deeper into the very strands of your soul's DNA. If you have made it this far, if something inside you stirred as you listened, then you are ready to remember what your soul has never truly forgotten. You carry within you the DNA of the divine. You are not simply flesh and blood, not merely a product of biology and chance. You are encoded with ancient frequencies, sacred blueprints, and cosmic memories that stretch back to the very beginning of existence itself. Somewhere deep within, beneath the noise of the world and the scars of your human life, there is a library of wisdom written in the language of stars and spirit. And today, together, we begin to unlock it. Do you feel it right now, softly pulsing beneath your skin, the memory of who you truly are? The journey of the lost children of sacred families is not about becoming something new. It is about remembering what you have always been. You were born carrying keys, not to open doors outside yourself, but to unlock the gates within your own being. And the first step to activating this divine DNA is to reclaim your power of perception. You and I have been trained from birth to see only the surface of things, to trust only what can be measured, categorized, explained. But your true vision is so much vaster, so much deeper. You were born with the ability to sense the vibrational truth behind appearances, to feel the soul behind the mask. Every time you trust your intuition, every time you listen to the silent language of energy rather than the noisy lies of the world, You awaken another dormant strand within you. Let me ask you, how many times have you silenced your inner knowing because it didn't make sense? How many times have you felt the truth in your bones, but doubted it because it didn't fit the narrative you were given? Every one of those moments was a test not of your worth, but of your readiness to reclaim your inner authority. To activate your divine DNA, you must become fiercely loyal to your own perception, even when no one else sees what you see. Especially then. The second key to unlocking your sacred inheritance is to embrace your emotional alchemy. As a lost child of a sacred family, you are not here to escape emotion, you are here to master it. Your emotions are not weaknesses or flaws, they are sacred instruments, each one carrying a specific frequency that, when understood, unlocks deeper layers of your essence. Grief is not your enemy, it is a portal. Anger is not your shame, it is a compass. Joy is not a fleeting high, it is your birthright. Every emotion you feel is a thread that, when followed with courage and compassion, weaves you back into wholeness. But most people numb, resist, or suppress their emotions, believing that pain means something has gone wrong. What if pain is simply a doorway to more of your power? What if every heartbreak you have endured, every betrayal you have survived, was not a sign of your failure, but a sacred initiation into deeper wisdom? Feel everything, my friend. Feel it fully, fiercely, without apology. In feeling, you awaken the codes hidden in your blood, the ancient songs encoded in your cells. The third activation is the reclamation of your voice. You were not sent here to be silent. You were not sent here to blend in. You were sent with a message, a vibration, a frequency that only you can deliver. Your voice, whether you use it through art, conversation, healing, leadership, or silent prayer, is a vibrational tool designed to shift realities. Every time you speak your truth, even trembling, even unsure, you send ripples through the collective consciousness. You remind others of their own forgotten power. You awaken sleeping giants. But the world will try to silence you, to make you small, to convince you that your voice is dangerous or unimportant. And you must choose, again and again, to speak anyway, to roar if needed, to whisper if needed, to sing, to cry, to declare your existence with the full force of your being. What has your soul been yearning to say that you have not yet dared to voice? What truth inside you is so wild, so radiant, that it scares even you? That is the frequency you came here to embody. That is the song only you can sing. The fourth stage of unlocking your divine DNA is the practice of radical self-trust. Sacred families do not raise followers, they raise sovereign beings. You are not here to blindly obey external authorities, not religious, not political, not societal. You are here to become your own living temple, your own sacred authority. This does not mean rejecting all guidance or wisdom from others. It means filtering everything through the lens of your own soul's resonance. It means listening deeply, not just to words, but to the energy behind them. It means daring to walk paths no one has walked before. It means trusting that if your heart is pure and your intention is love, then even your mistakes will lead you exactly where you need to go. Radical self-trust is terrifying at first because it strips away the safety nets. But it is also exhilarating beyond words. Imagine living in such deep alignment with your soul that you no longer fear failure, rejection, or loss. because you know that you are held by something infinitely greater than circumstance. That is the power you came here to embody. And finally, the fifth activation is the remembrance of your interconnectedness with all life. Sacred families do not see themselves as separate from creation. They know they are creation. You are not a visitor here. You are not above or below the earth, the stars, the oceans, the animals. You are kin to them all. When you walk barefoot on the ground, you are touching your own body. When you gaze at the night sky, you are looking into your own mind. When you breathe in the scent of rain, you are inhaling your own spirit. The illusion of separation is the root wound of humanity, and you, dear one, are here to heal it. Not by preaching, not by forcing, but by being. By living as if every tree is your brother, every river your sister, every stranger your beloved cousin. By remembering that to harm another is to harm yourself, and to heal another is to heal yourself. Imagine what the world would become if even a fraction of us lived with that awareness burning in our hearts. You are the living bridge, the sacred thread weaving humanity back into wholeness. And so, as we stand here together at the threshold of remembrance, I ask you, if every cell in your body contains the memory of divinity, then what are you truly capable of? Not in theory, not someday, but right now. What miracles are waiting to be unleashed through your hands, your voice, your presence, if only you dare to remember who you are? Let that question ignite you. Let it burn away the smallness, the doubt, the fear. Because in the final part of our journey, we will not only remember our sacred origins, we will step fully into the magnificent destiny that has been waiting for us all along. If you have journeyed with me this far, then you are ready for the final, most sacred step, becoming the living temple. It is not enough to know that you are a lost child of a sacred family. It is not enough to remember that you carry divine DNA. You must now live it. You must become a living, breathing embodiment of the ancient light, here and now, in a world that has forgotten its own soul. And this, dear one, is both the greatest honor and the greatest responsibility you will ever carry. Because when you walk as a living temple, you are no longer just a person moving through the world. You are a portal through which heaven touches earth. You are a reminder to everyone you meet that there is more, infinitely more, than what the eyes can see. But how do we do this? How do we embody our sacred legacy when the world around us often mocks, rejects, or misunderstands it? We begin with devotion not to an external God, not to a rigid set of rules, but to the living spirit within our own hearts. Every day becomes a prayer. Every action, no matter how small, becomes a ritual. Washing your hands, speaking a kind word, making a meal, grieving your losses, celebrating your joys, all of it becomes an offering at the altar of existence. You no longer separate the sacred from the mundane because you realize they were never separate. You realize that the divine is not hiding in distant heavens but pulsing through every cell of your being, whispering through every breath, dancing in every heartbeat. To embody your sacred legacy, you must also become a guardian of your own energy. The world will try to pull you into distractions, into fear, into scarcity. It will try to convince you that you are powerless, that you must conform, that you must shrink to be safe. But you must remember, temples are not built on shifting sands. They are rooted deep into the earth, reaching high into the heavens. You must ground yourself daily in the truth of who you are. This means creating sacred spaces both within and around you where your soul can breathe freely. It means choosing relationships that nourish your spirit rather than drain it. It means protecting your dreams, your visions, your precious light from those who cannot yet see. Not with anger or judgment, but with fierce love. You are not here to convince everyone. You are here to radiate so brightly that those ready to awaken will find you by the resonance of their own remembering. Have you ever noticed how a single candle, lit in a dark room, becomes a beacon for every eye? That is you. That is your power. And no darkness, no matter how vast, can ever extinguish it. But living as a sacred being in a forgetful world also demands profound humility. You must remember that you too are still learning. You too are still healing. You are both the ancient soul and the tender human. You will stumble. You will doubt. You will sometimes forget your own magnificence. And that is not failure, that is part of the dance. The living temple is not a cold monument of perfection. It is a breathing, evolving sanctuary of compassion. Compassion for yourself, compassion for others, compassion for the brokenness and the beauty of this world. Each time you fall and rise again, each time you choose love over fear, forgiveness over resentment, wonder over cynicism, you polish the sacred mirror of your soul until it shines a little brighter. Living your sacred legacy is not about achieving some final state of enlightenment. It is about choosing, moment by moment, to return to your truth again and again, no matter how many times you forget. And perhaps the most radical act of embodying your sacred lineage is joy. Yes, joy. In a world so burdened by suffering, cynicism, and despair, your joy becomes an act of rebellion, a beacon of hope. Do you understand the power of a soul who refuses to let the world steal their laughter? Do you feel the strength in a heart that dares to sing even in the midst of sorrow? Your joy is not frivolous, it is sacred. It nourishes not only you but the fields of possibility around you. It reminds others that beauty is real, that hope is not foolish, that love is stronger than destruction. So dance wildly, sing loudly, love deeply. Let your life become a living poem, a testament to the resilience of the spirit. You are not betraying the woundedness of the world by choosing joy. You are honoring the part of the world that still dreams, still believes, still dares. And so we come to the final truth. You are not here to escape the world. You are here to transform it simply by being fully yourself. You are the medicine. You are the light. You are the bridge between what is and what could be. The sacred family you come from, the ancient lineage you carry, is not a relic of the past, it is a seed of the future. And you, beloved, are the gardener. Every choice you make to live authentically, to love bravely, to forgive fiercely, to create boldly waters that seed. And one day, perhaps long after your human footsteps have faded, a forest of light will grow where you once walked. A forest where other lost children will find their way home. And so I leave you, not with an ending, but with a beginning. A question as ancient as the stars and as fresh as your next breath. If you dared to live as if you are the living temple of the divine, what new world could you help create? Let that question be the fire in your veins, the compass in your bones, the song in your heart. Because you are not just a child of a sacred family, you are the sacred family, reborn. Welcome home.